guys, how are you doing? So I'm here for a oh, I thought that was on my lip. I was supposed to be like, what? No, but it's on the screen. Okay, so I have a collective reading for the sign of Gemini, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I know I look a little woohoo, and I already shuffled the deck. These are supposed to be in the up. Well, I'm holding it upside down, that's why. Okay, let's see. What is going on? No, what do your spirit guides, God, and your ancestors want you to know most importantly at this time, or how to look at a certain situation that you're going through at this time? Okay, so let's dive in. For the Gemini collective, message from your ancestors, God, your archangels. Okay, we have flight number 28. You could be the age of 28. You could have been born on the 28th. Flight is all about opportunities, prosperity coming in. It's about new ventures. So this is giving me like new venture, like adventure. So I feel like there's an opportunity for you to add more adventure into your life, okay? And if you're not going through this right now, actually, to be quite honest with you, with the full moon in the back, I feel like this was activated during the full moon in Scorpio, and I feel as if, yeah, with at the bottom, Enchanter number 22. Your ancestors and the universe wants you to know that you have a brand new opportunity right now, okay? However, you may be self-evaluating still a little bit at this time, like those thoughts and feelings are lingering right now, because you're still going through this like awakening symptoms, if that makes sense. It should, because a lot of times when we go through these transformative phases and or we go through ascensions or leveling up spiritually, or just whether it be our energy in general, there is a purpose why this happens, and it's because your body, can you turn that down please? Your body is trying to recalibrate, okay, to its new level. Does that make sense? So we have flight, which is a new opportunity, a prosperous new opportunity, where you're going to be starting to what's that word, where you're going to start implementing new adventures into your life, possibly even work ventures, fun ventures, hobbies, family ventures, things like that, sparking up the relationship with your loved one. But if you're wondering, hey, I'm a Gemini, and yes, I've been going through a lot of, kind of like feeling in, just kind of like things are at a standstill. When this is what I'm hearing right now, your ancestors and your guides want you to know that they have been working behind the scenes like overtime, okay? So, this is what I'm getting. They're working behind the scenes overtime because this new year, they're trying to sum everything up for the new year so that you can start off fresh, so that you mentally have, because, so you mentally have the awareness that the new year comes with newness, new things, new opportunities, new ventures, new people that come into your life that may bump you up a level or not, or a few, which is great, which is what we should all be seeking for. But you know, that can be a little bit difficult with the mundane things in life, like responsibilities, you know, work, things like that. So your angels and ancestors and God and the universe, and if you work with deities, the goddesses, would like you to know that you have just begun this new opportunity. And it could be possible that due to Mercury retrograde and all the chaoticness, because with Mercury retrograde comes with a lot of like struggling with your words, a lot of things like your phone lights will flicker and there's nothing wrong. It's just something that goes on, okay, with the planetary alignments. Now, I'm getting with that chaotic energy and your awakening symptoms has really had you kind of pull yourself back from everybody else, like possibly friends, loved ones. You just kind of were not your 100%, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, during this, and what else that has been activated for you in this new opportunity, this new year, ultimately, that your spirit guides, ancestors, and everybody are preparing you for this big change. Because it's not going to be just a change in, like, let's say your environment, or which, I mean, that could be a factor, but your environment, your group of friends, where you work, maybe different hobbies, things like that. No, you're gonna have a completely different mind frame, okay? You're gonna have a different perspective. You're gonna have a different view on things, where you want to view things as like, I'm not too sure about that, because, you know, I've got my reasons. Well, what are those reasons? You know, you're not going to have those reasons. You're going to have you're going to feel more vulnerable. You're going to feel more like just a little bit on your wild side, like your childlike nature is going to be coming out a lot. I just see people, like, I just see a lot of people in a field, and this could be like I don't know, maybe like a football field, or just any kind of field, and the sun is so bright. This is a channeled vision I'm getting, that the sun is so bright, and everybody, I'm talking about from adult men, okay, like tall adult men, older men, I'm talking about, you know, grandparents, people, and I'm seeing bubbles everywhere, and everybody either had, you know, some people have their hands up, some people are like jumping up and clapping their feet together. Just everybody is just having a good time, and this is the energy that I see coming in for you in the beginning of the new year. However, you do have a new opportunity where you have gone through a very difficult kind of awakening here with the symptoms and stuff. But with this opportunity, you are receiving, sorry, I got two messages right there. One of what they're prepping you for, why you're going through this crunch time, ascending a lot, if that makes any sense. It's because you're being activated. This is the card for activation, which represents your direction, okay? Your sense of direction, whether it be in life, or whether it be in guiding others, or whether it be mentoring your children. This activation is also going to have you making choices that you were either hesitant to, or you're making choices that are for your betterment, okay? You're making choices that are directly lined up with your destiny. And these choices are guided by your ancestors, because you're being guided, you're being shown the way. You're supposed to be following your intuition, you know, your gut feeling. And another energy that's coming in with this new awakening, this new opportunity that you have, is you're gonna have a lot of clarity. You are going to be able to see behind the veil of things that are being hidden. And not only that, I'm already getting it. I'm a Gemini and I'm already receiving it. Maybe it's because I'm channeling, but you could find where you start to receive certain clarity that you're realizing that the clarity that you're finding, you already knew what was going on. Whatever that you have felt that has been done behind your back, or you feel like has been being hidden from you, you already know it. You've got that feeling. You've got the inkling that something's just not right. And it's exactly your gut feeling. You're being activated in your direction and the choices. Your choices are going to be different. Your direction's going to be different. And we have certainty at the bottom. You are going to allow this awakening, allow this new opportunity coming into your life to open up all your chakras. Just sit back and just let yourself melt in the chair and just visualize each chakra, in your mind, and visualize it bursting opening with each of its beautiful color. Think of each color, each chakra, as a flower bowl, okay? And as you're in that chair sitting back, imagine that bulb just bursting, that flower just blooming, blossoming, and you go through each one and blossom each one. And as it blossoms, you can get so mystical with it. You can see neon, amethyst, lavender colors that have like purple embers blowing from the flower as it gets larger. I think that's just a helpful, mindful, guided meditation that you can do for yourself. Okay, I see within this opportunity, your ancestors are your guides and ancestors. Godly, they have been working so hard on your behalf. They have helped provide you with this new opportunity of prosperity due to this awakening that you have just gone through. And this awakening is all in alignment with your purpose, okay? And of course, with your with your purpose in life, what it is that you do. For me, I like to help others, okay? In whatever way that may look like, as long as it's healthy, okay? This is going to send you, I see your third eye for sure being opened, okay? If it has not been. And I'm also getting an initiative vibe from here. For those who do more about Greek, ancient Greek. I don't call it mythology because it's not a freaking myth. It's real. The gods and goddesses of ancient Greek. This card with the 3 eyes, okay, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. This can also represent you just have been initiated, okay? So you could have been working with certain deities that, and with your ancestors and your spirit guides, to help you with discernment and direction when it comes to this awakening that you're going through, okay? And what they want, the message here that I'm getting, now that we know what's going on and what's been happening in your energy, is that they want you to know that this new discernment, this new level of discernment, this new level of direction is uncovering a lot of things for you at this time, okay? I'm getting from this time all the way up into the new year, okay? This is, your guides are trying to have you uncover where it is in your body that these feelings of nostalgia keep coming up, okay? So this is self-evaluation, where we have right here your awakening. We also have self-evaluation, okay? Your guides are further clarifying or letting you know within this message that they are wanting you to uncover what is it that's putting you in this nostalgic energy or frequency, excuse me. What is it that is putting you in this nostalgic frequency that is ultimately transforming into negative, repetitive thoughts and self-limiting beliefs, okay? Another thing is that they're wanting you to uncover, okay? Or maybe you already have due to your awakening, but an awakening means you start to see, okay? It's not like you've gone, like, yeah, you can have gone through an awakening, but if an awakening is just beginning, then that means you are becoming aware. You are connected to your divine self, your higher self, and your team that's directing you, okay? They're wanting, you could be in the middle of uncovering some deep-rooted trauma or issues or feelings, like memories that pop up whenever you get triggered, or if something just reminds you of something. I just see somebody like walking down New York Square and they like literally like look to the side and they see a picture, you know, with, I don't know, like a family photo, and everyone is so happy and content. I'll get that card in a second. And it just kind of may, for some of you, if you don't have all of that, or if that is your void that needs fulfilling, I feel like before your awakening, It has been triggering a lot of insecurity, a lot of feeling alone if you do lack family, and you're feeling that void within you, that void that screams, fill me up, fill me up. I'm not whole until I have this or that or whatever it is. You know, some people it could be money, other people it could be family, other people it could be your children. So, or it can be all of the above. So what you're going through, or what you have gone through during this awakening, this new opportunity that you have found, okay, this is for this is going to resonate for a certain group of you. There's a group of you of part 1, or part A, let's call group A, that are still dealing with some of the awakening symptoms for this new opportunity for you. And I'm getting that these symptoms, this was just a channeled message, I'm getting that these symptoms could possibly even linger until the new year. Okay, so just, that's a side note. Be aware of the fact that you are at a new frequency, you are at a new level in your life with new tools, new spiritual tools, like when it comes to your senses, like your sense of direction. You have been provided new tools when it comes to your sense of direction, okay? For instance, how to discern, you know, what direction is right for me and what's wrong for me, if that makes any sense, okay? But with this, let me get back to this uncover card. This, you have either, and you could still be doing this, what I'm getting, up until the new year, because when the new year comes, everything's going to be swiped clean for you, like a new slate, okay? And it might not be for everybody to know. It might not be for that everybody's going to recognize this and see this, but most importantly, because this is your life, okay? You're the one who's directing it. Well, they are directing it. You're supposed to be following it, your own life, okay? And of course, if you have children, you have to implement that. But then again, if you're not good for yourself, you're not good for anybody else, right? So, I mean, that's a little hardcore, but on an easier note. Okay, so your spirit team and God and angels are really trying to have you understand that this flight energy has opened up a new opportunity that you have discovered. You did not, you know how there are a lot of opportunities that are thrown our way, and Spirit wants me to talk about this too, because this is something that can just slip by and not be recognized due to lack of awareness. But we are provided X amount of opportunities in our life that are gifts, okay? They're gifts of doing the right thing, okay? And what it is that, oh my gosh, I just got disconnected. Sounds like I'm on a phone, like I just got disconnected. Hold on. Let me reconnect. Because it just got really quiet. I mean, it was just like, and it just got really quiet. So maybe since I can resonate with some of this energy because I am a Gemini myself, maybe you're being asked to slow down, okay? And there's nothing wrong with slowing down. I know a lot of people get irritated when things are drawn out, or you feel like somebody's fixing to, you know, preach or give you a lecture about something. But there's just something about that energy, about all this, that your team wants you to slow down. Okay, so slow down. That's another part of your awakening, is noticing and being very certain. Okay, we have certainty right here. Don't doubt yourself. Don't allow those negative old beliefs that we're trying to throw away limit you. Okay? You have a broader awareness when it comes to navigating your choices. And Spirit wants you to truly notice that. Okay? So, remember, you have a choice to follow your intuition, recognize it, and understand what it is. Understand it for what it is. That it is, I mean, this is a message from your ancestors. I'm sorry, I'm a little scattered because I'm in the car, and I usually do my readings alone, but I just picked my oldest daughter up, and she's sitting right here. So, but they are wanting you. Okay, so the next card, yeah, stuck. Oh my gosh, all these cards underneath is just pretty much everything I just said and channeled, okay? So you have, okay, you're uncovering those wounds within you, whether it be trauma, whatever. It's just pain, okay? Things that you have not been able to let go, okay? Because you could not pinpoint where these feelings, this anger, this fear, this energy of like quick to snap, constantly feeling beat up, constantly feeling betrayed, as if you've been, and feeling like you're being belittled, okay? Now, Spirit, okay, he would like me, or your spirit guides, I'm getting a he, so I'm guessing a masculine energy is coming through. They're wanting you to know that okay, give me a second, guys. Try not to move, Riley. Okay. The message is, okay, and it's very clear, that you are uncovering, okay, and will continue to uncover these feelings of nostalgia, these feelings of reminiscence, reminiscing on things that are not obtainable, okay? So if you need to be selective of your thoughts, okay? That's what I'm getting, because you ultimately have the choice to either listen to your intuition, to your guides directing you, or you can decide not to. And when we usually decide not to, okay, it usually turns, especially if we don't eventually turn to listen to our guides, we will find ourselves in a repetitive cycle that keeps going over and over, okay? If you have somebody who is, let's say, constantly takes money out of your purse, okay? Somebody that you know that is a close friend, family, lover, whatever. Just every now and then they take money out of your purse. You're aware of it, okay? Your guides are guiding you that this behavior is going to continue to happen unless something's done about it. Does that make sense? Those are the certain things that need to be addressed. And I'm also getting, it may not be pertaining to this, it may be, but I'm also getting that when you get that feeling, go with it. The gut intuition feeling. Because in a way, if you choose to ignore it after so long, your ancestors and your guides feel as if either A, there's something wrong. Well, they know what's wrong. But they will try and get your attention in sometimes the most worst ways, okay? Because it's all a lesson. Let me get some more direction here. Okay, we have warrior. You're showing up now with this awakening energy as a warrior. Okay? And a warrior is someone that protects, right? Okay? A warrior is someone who fights for their right, for their freedom, for their boundaries. They fight for their family, they fight for humanity. Leo energy I'm getting. A lot of action, okay? And this card represents inner strength, okay? That kind of strength we were talking about, where you have the choice to listen to your intuition or not to, okay? Another thing I'm getting that I just channeled was that when you decide not to listen to your intuition, you're lacking faith. You're lacking faith in the ones that are directing you, protecting you, guiding you, loving you. And showing you the way to a beautiful, beautiful journey. Because there is no destination. So with this warrior energy, through this awakening, I'm getting, just like I said, you're going to be, because we have certainty here with activation. Through this activation, I feel like you are finding this kind of like inner strength, this backbone, this and it's not bitterness, okay? Because one can be misused and abused over and over and over, and then people automatically expect it's black and white. You're either going to be bitter, or you're going to just block everybody out, or maybe you might just, I don't know. But what I'm getting here is that with this activation, I don't know. But what I'm getting here is that with this activation, you have received this inner strength, okay? So you're not your exterior compass, okay, but your interior compass, or navigator, or Garmin, okay? You have now activated this inner strength within you that counteracts any limiting beliefs, that can see right through a negative thought that's not yours, okay? And there's also this inner strength of confidence that exudes externally, that projects externally. So this new awakening activation that feels like has been going on for a while now, or feels repetitive for some, your inner strength is now, if it's not already, due to those lingering awakening symptoms, because like I said, if you're it's easy to vibrate. If you're vibrating high, it's easy to vibrate low, okay? All you have to do is just pretty much be down and out. Do everything that you're not supposed to for your health, okay? And your mental health. But yeah, right here we have inner gods and goddesses. What is it? What else is it that you are wanting the Gemini collective to know about this new opportunity, this awakening? Okay, we have, you could be the age of 42. You could be a life path. We have, you could be the age of 42. You could be a life path 6. Born in June, or you could, yeah. Or you could have been born on April 2nd. What I'm getting with Meadow, which looks pretty nice, even though it has a skeleton in it, okay, which shouldn't be any different than knowing what's inside of us, right? He looks happy. Your ancestors are telling you through this activation period, where you have been provided with extra tools in various aspects of your uncover, or you still are uncovering where it is that certain emotions keep coming up that bring upon nostalgia. Okay? It's one thing to hold something sentimental to you. Okay? It's one thing to have a memory of someone or something that brings you so much happiness. Okay? That's healthy. It's another thing when we get in a nostalgic energy, frequency, where we feel brash and thoughtless. Why? Because that memory is gone. For some people, if that memory has something to do with you and a passed on loved one, which I'm getting for some of you, I'm getting that you can be blinded by the love, the true love that you have for your passed over loved ones, that can put you in this nostalgic mind frame, which blocks your direction, your sense of direction, blocks your sense of clarity, blocks your senses, okay, to spirit. But with this activation, and and the second card we got was talking about your awakening, okay? The Enchantress. Just to further solidify it, we have awakening. Okay, so you could have seen the number 22. You could be the age of 22, or you could be a life path 4. You could have been born on the 22nd of a month. Okay, this awakening, this energy, this new frequency that we have just been discussing, that the Gemini collective are in now, but still may, and it's going to differ for everyone, but I am getting that there are lingering, I know you hear ascension symptoms, but there are awakening symptoms. When it comes to any kind of internal change from within, there is going to be recalibration. Things need to change in different shapes and forms within the mind, within the body, everything. And then once that changes, okay, once you start to embody that, you're going to start to project that, okay? And we even got that with your inner strength, the warrior, we got your presence. So once this inner strength starts to spread all over and just is really, really in there, and you're not falling back on your faith, you're sticking strong, people are going to see it in your presence. It's going to show out externally. With, where's that, okay, yeah. It's to further reiterate what Spirit and your ancestors are talking about, in case you're still struggling to understand at this point, is you are very much going through awakening. So yes, I am channeling to I know I can resonate, and to any other Geminis out there who can find themselves caught up in their head, okay, that tend to fall back on their faith a little bit. And I'm getting, it's not because of the actual belief. It's due to you walking a path that has been productive, you walking a path of helping others and giving your last, okay? Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Anyway, the awakening. Okay, so for those Geminis who fall back a little bit on their beliefs sometimes, or their faith, okay, this awakening is going to help consecrate or make that faith untouchable, if that makes any sense. Unbreakable. Okay? And with this awakening of your stronger faith, your stronger everything that comes with the awakening that we've already discussed, is just to let you know that you're going to be receiving a lot of insight. You're going to be receiving a lot of downloads. You're going to be receiving, and I feel like Spirit waited until, and this is a timeless reading, so when it finds you is when it's meant to find you. However, with this awakening of your third eye, okay, and I'm getting of the spirit chakra above your head, not your crown chakra, the chakra to spirit, okay? You are going to be, your third eye, you're going to be receiving an entire new mindset that is capable of receiving these new downloads, receiving clarity, receiving the truth. That's what I'm getting. And this is going to be for a group of you who do resonate with being sensitive, like your gifts, like you may be an empath, you may be where you can pick up on other people's feelings, or you may have the gift of foresight, you may be a clairvoyant, who knows, or you may be all of the above. I'm getting, for those who are aware of their gifts and who are working on them, you would recognize the third eye open and the spirit universal chakra open that hovers above the crown. Okay? This is telling me through this awakening you are going to be receiving, and that's why I went on that tantrum about not faltering on your faith, because your ancestors in spirit right now are trying to tell you, and they are telling you through me, that you cannot waver on your faith. and you are going to be in a whole new mind frame, and you're going to embody a new mindset where that's not even going to be an option. You're going to see clear, okay? And you're going to be receiving a lot of downloads, okay? And with this new level, okay, is bringing you a lot of success, positivity, blessings, because what it is that you have recalibrated inside of you for this awakening, this new opportunity. I'm getting that this is more than just an opportunity. I mean, an opportunity could, excuse me, confirmation. This opportunity could very well be your awakening, okay? And I don't know why I keep getting this message, but I'm getting that this message, I'm getting that the symptoms, don't lose sight of what you have been given, okay? Because if you lose sight of it, it could be a lost opportunity. And those are those opportunities. These opportunities are the ones that work like a ripple effect or like a domino effect, okay? That are going to open you up to bigger and broader things, if that makes any sense, okay? Last card, spirits, ancestors, and gods and goddesses. What else would you like the Gemini collective to know strictly from you about this? Okay, you're being advised to not conform, okay? Meaning, do not subject yourself to be manipulated into any kind of spiritual organization. That's what I just heard. Your spirit team, Riley, Google that word for me. I need to know what that word means right now. Sorry. 1 second. It's right there. Let me get one last card for you other than that. Ancestors, what's the last card for the lovely Gemini collective, and what did
captain for self-govern, allowed individual and entertain that makes your own inform.
The capacity for self-governance, allowing individuals and entities to make their own informed, uncoerced decisions. Okay, so autonomy. I didn't know what it meant, guys. So look, if you don't know what it means, look it up and figure it out. So autonomy. It can refer to personal autonomy, which is about self-direction in one's thoughts. Oh my gosh, we were talking about that. Feelings and actions, and political autonomy. Instead of political, well, spiritual political. Which is a state of region's ability to govern itself without external control. The concept is crucial in fields like ethics, psychology, and management, where it emphasizes acting according to one's own values and interest. Okay, so your guides and ancestors with non-conformist, okay, I need this real quick. They are wanting you to it says rejecting beliefs. They do not want you, it says rejecting beliefs. They do not want you, and learning new things and wisdom is something that is kind of like evolution. It keeps going. You're constantly going to be gaining it, okay? But with rejecting beliefs, your ancestors do not want you to conform to any kind of like society, cultural society, any kind of religious or spiritual group or anything like that, okay? They want you to be, I wonder if autonomous is a word, because it says autonomy. They may want you to be autonomous. I just heard autonomous. Cool, I'm autonomous. Okay, so they don't want you to conform. They want you to have the capacity to think for yourself, okay? To use your own wisdom to form intentions and make choices based on your own deliberations, okay? And your own values. So, also autonomy in action would be the freedom to act on one's decisions without being prevented by external forces or internal limitations, okay? So this is talking about someone who possibly doesn't go to church but believes. This could also represent this is what I wanted to know. The right of country region to self-govern without outside interferences. Okay. No, this is my car. That's your phone. I'm sorry. I just learned something. Okay, so they do not want you to conform to any group, any cult, any kind of like religious Wicca group or any kind of like Celtic group or anything like that. They want you to be autonomous. I'm banking on it that that's a word. They want you to use your autonomy in the matters of what it is that you have learned, the things that you the things that you have learned, the things that you have placed your will in front of due to facing different adversities. So this autonomy comes from the owl. You could be the age 36. Or you could be born on the 9th. It says wisdom, independent, thinking, and enlightenment. That's those downloads that you're gonna receive. Okay? And birds to me represent messengers. Okay? All the way back into ancient Greek times. It's literally written in hieroglyphs in or around the pyramid. So, messenger, the bird being a symbol of receiving messages, receiving insight, so learning, wisdom, things that you're learning, you're picking up on your own by not conforming. You're thinking with you and your team only, your guides, your angels, and they are enlightening you. You're being enlightened. And with this kind of energy, places you in an energy of, last card, baby, manifestation. You could be the age of 35. You could be a life path 8. But this talks about investing into your intention for what it is that you want to manifest, which does, and I'm getting, the guides are telling me, which does take effort, okay? To make changes, movement, to manifest, flight, movement, effort. You have to take deliberate time to invest on your intention every day and multiple times a day, okay? And believe me, I know it works. I know for 100% factual. I've experimented with it several times, and it works. Oops. Okay, so my daughter is ready to go home. She's like, Mom, come on. So I'm going to share the last card with you, which is...
You said last card 3 times.
Okay, which is number 37. You could be the age of 37, Geminis. Okay? I'm 37.
You're 39.
No, I'm not.
She's pushing 40.
You're lying. I was born in 88, so y'all do the math.
She lying.
Okay, so 37 is shadow. Okay? Your ancestors are solidifying the fact that you're, due to your shadow work and the introspection that you have done alone, where it's quiet, time alone, for a substantial amount of time, okay? You have received a sense of wholeness within you. I don't think that this was something that was overnight, okay? For some of you, it may be like an understanding that just, whoop, popped in your mind. But you are learning how to alchemize repressed emotions and integrate an understanding of wholeness within yourself. And that's what doing shadow work can do for you. Okay, so that's it. No more cards. I know that was a little scattered and all over the place. I was just receiving a lot, and what's that song you listen to? Da-na-na-na, pow, pow, pow. It was kind of like that.
I did not listen to it.
So, anyway, I love you guys, and I know I look a hot mess, but whatever. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.